And a rather good evening to you whenever it is that you're with us in this lecturecast format. Professor Jen here saying good evening to you, Women in Crime. Week number 7, can you believe it? We're in the home stretch. And smooth sailing it will be, as the papers are going to be due next week. Then after that, we're going to clean up with a few lectures, some chat, prepare for week number 11, all these questions of the week, and then we say goodbye to one another. It really moved very quickly. I want to thank Captioning Services for everything they do for us, as we could never do it without them. And good evening to you once again. I'm going to talk about a couple things. So many of you asked me, because you love these case stories of examples of working in the field that I've had for so many years, and I appreciate you asking me to elaborate, because I'm happy to do that for you. What's the sense of me taking all of this nonsense to the grave when I can impart to you some things, pearls of wisdom that you might be able to use? One of the things I'd like to discuss this evening is visiting room situations, because so many of you are very taken with this subject that I can't begin to tell you how many emails I've gotten from each of you separately to talk about this particular subject. So I'm going to impart to you some things that I've noticed over the years that really, I guess, stuck with me in my occupational memoir of sorts. When I first started working, my on-the-job training site was Attica Correctional Facility, and it was a very strange experience because at the time I was only 29 years old, and I spent a few weeks in training with somebody there. His name was Paul Williamson, and he was my master mentor. And, you know, it was an all-male facility, and I guess I was very young, and I didn't know what to expect, and so I was expecting anything. And I remember the very first day that I walked through Attica Correctional Facility, which was certainly rather ominous. We walked past a place. We walked past an area that, when you looked out of the windows of this very ominous medieval-like fortress castle building. I can't even explain Attica unless you've seen it. And we looked out the window, and there were these trailers that measured something like maybe 12 feet, so picture 12 feet across, and in length, I'd honestly say maybe 50 feet. Yeah, 12 by 50 sounds about right. And then in the midst, then this is in the prison ground, with concertina wire all over, and inmates walking around. And what really got me is I was looking out the window, and I see these trailers, and I said to somebody, "What is that?" And they said, "That's for the conjugal visits and family visits." And I said, "I don't even know what you're talking about." And they said, "Well, people who are married, who are not